Okay, team, we are ready tonight. This is a recap of session one. So we're not going to go through and teach everything from scratch. That's why we have the session one recording done. But what we're going to do is it's going to really be a hands-on workshop this time, where I really want to take the time to have each of you guys go in and share your screen and draw the supply and demand zones live for us. All right. You guys have been doing a great job posting your charts in the group. And what I've realized is that it's kind of, even though I can see what's going on, it's easier for me to kind of critique it if we're live, where I can show you what to do, right? Versus trying to type it out and describe where stuff is. It's a little bit more difficult because it's so visual what we're doing right now. It's not really conceptual. So I hope you guys are ready. This is workshop style. So please don't be shy. You will not be hearing my mouth majority of the time. Well, you might still hear my mouth, but we're going to be seeing your screen and you're going to be doing the work. After all, you're the only person that's going to do the work in your own trades and grow your account. So you might as well get going. Now, cool thing is, today, since it's Monday, July 23rd, the market is open, obviously. And so we can kind of see what's happening in some real time. All right. So I'm going to try to do this volunteer wise. If you guys don't volunteer, I'm going to pick you, because we're going to make sure we go through everybody anyway. So let's just go ahead and let's open it up. Who'd like to go first? Share your screen and what you're going to do is you're going to open up any pair that you want. If you already have it drawn up, you're going to remove all of your drawings. All your hard work has got to go away. Delete, backspace. And then you're going to redraw it, okay? Supply and demand zone is what we're looking for. And we want to hear you talk yourself through the process so that I can understand and make sure that you know exactly the process that it takes to get it done, okay? So who'd like to go first? 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 There we go, Taisha. That's what I'm talking about. She's not talking about it. She just started sharing her screen.
Because I am confused. I have confused myself at some point.
All right. Well, let's help you get unconfused. Okay. So talk me through the process. What's the first thing you're supposed to do when you open up this chart?
Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. How do I move this? Okay. So the first thing I do when I go to the chart is I go to the day one. And I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to go and look for supply and demand zones.
Okay. So how do you identify that?
The highest point of the market and the lowest point.
Okay, that gives you a good starting point, right?
Right.
Okay. So where's the highest point? Where we are right now? Where's the highest point?
The highest point is right here.
Okay, so what do you do right there?
First, I put a line.
We'll put it at the top. Well, that's fine. Go ahead. That's fine.
The top of the wick?
Yeah, just for the sake of it for now.
Okay.
All right.
Then I put another one at the bottom of the previous candle.
Well, hold on before we get there. Okay, we're going to identify the highest point. Let's just go down to the lowest point. Show me where right now the lowest point.
Okay, here's the lowest point right here.
Okay. That'll work. Okay, now what are we going to do?
And then I am going to what am I going to do?
You are going to identify large candles coming.
Okay. Right, sorry. So here's a large candle coming from the supply zone.
Okay.
And it's an engulfing candle.
Okay.
So I'm going to box it up like Chinese takeout.
Okay.
And, oh, hold on. And I tried TradingView. It gave me a headache.
Okay.
It's so long.
Whatever works for you, honey. We want to make this process simple for everybody, okay?
but I need TradingView. So I said I have to work on it later.
Okay.
Okay. And then I go down and do the same thing. Find a large engulfing candle on the demand
Well, I
zone.
want you to fix that supply zone though. That's not, I need you to fix that. So I need you to take it because you got to always be in a position where you can look left, right? And right now you don't have anything to the left. You just got it right there. So we need you to pull that out. Okay, because in case we need to adjust or look for something, we need to know where we are.
Okay. Okay, then I go down to look for a large candle coming from the demand zone. And here's one right here. So I box that out like Chinese takeout.
Okay.
I can zoom in. It's hard for me to see this.
Yeah, it really is.
And I get the wick part of it too?
No, not for your zones. You just want the body. If it's an engulfing,
Okay.
previous candle, we want the body.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So then after I do that, I draw my support.
Fix the demand zone though. We just want the body of the candle
Right.
engulfing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now you've got supply and demand zones drawn, right?
Right.
Okay. What you gonna do next?
I'm going to draw a trend line.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Then I'm going to go in and find support and resistance inside this supply and demand zone.
Okay.
I'm drawing too many, ain't I?
I mean, if you see support and resistance, you see support resistance. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's do this. Let's start with this. I want you to go ahead and draw them out so that I can see how you're thinking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good. It's okay. Now take them all off for a second. just the support resistance lines, not all the other stuff. Okay. So a good starting point is you see kind of like the highs and the lows in that. Start there. So you can see, so we've got our top of our zone of the supply. We got the top of the zone, right?
Right.
Okay, so like where does identify the lows? Like where does price kind of come down and swing down to as a low? Right. That's kind of a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Start. That doesn't mean you can't fill them in if you see other stuff, but okay, so now where would you go? A high and a low. Okay. Where else would you go now? I'll probably bring that one down some. Okay, because you got to look all the way across, right? Like you got to have you got to have at least 2 touches to make a line, right?
Right.
So, I mean, okay, that's reasonable. And then we kind of get probably another one, but we kind of get into our demand zone, but maybe up a little bit. Yeah, probably a little bit up in there, right? Okay, so that for me, I would be okay there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that you won't see other little things somewhere in there. I mean, you could always go down to your 4-hour chart, and see. But I'm looking at that, I feel like that's pretty representative of where the market either is going up to, consolidating, then moving up, right? Then consolidating, then moving down. You see how the price is moving in the zone in each of those areas?
Right.
That's what you're looking for. So, okay, it breaks through to one area and then it kind of consolidates, right? Then it came back down to that same area, right? Consolidated a little bit. Then it went back, it went down to the next area. It went up, right? Then it went up, but it couldn't stay, came back down. Then it went, you see what I'm saying? Like it's acting in certain little chunks of the screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, you kind of see that?
I do.
Okay. All right, so where you confused at?
No, I'm not confused for real on this day. I got confused on the second session.
Okay, then you keep this chart up for you. Okay, we'll come back around to that, but I want to go through everybody drawing this first. Okay,
That's fine.
Perfect. I think you did great. You did great. Awesome job. All right. So you stop sharing, and then somebody else can start sharing.
Hey, this is me.
All right, Varad, let's see what you got.
How do I delete? I wasn't sure how to delete everything.
Right there where it says remove all drawing tools. Down. Right, now remove all drawing tools.
You guys is in the way, that's what happened.
There you go.
All right, so I kind of don't want to do the same one I just did. What's a major one that I could choose?
Well, all majors have USD in it. So if you want to choose a major, just choose whichever one you want with USD in it.
All right. All right, so first thing you want to do is, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. First thing you want to do is you want to look for the top of the chart and the bottom of the chart. My bad. I don't know why I'm doing that. So I would consider this the top of the chart. I can go left a little bit. It goes higher. So I would consider this probably the top of the chart right here.
Well, come back over because now you're all the way. Yeah, because we're all the way in
16. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna consider this the top of the chart then, and this the bottom. So I'm gonna mark those spots for my supply and demand zone. Look for horizontal line. And I'm gonna mark it at the top of the. It's not letting me. How do I? That's another thing I had a problem with. Okay.
Like that. Yeah, if you do like that, you can drag it down. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so I want to mark that as far as my well, actually, I want to look for a large candle.
Well, hold on. Let's finish this first. You're doing right. So you're marking the top. Now you got to mark the bottom.
All right, then I'm gonna mark the bottom right here. Oh, now I'm gonna mark the bottom right here, and I'll consider that the top and the bottom of the market right for this pair. As far as looking for the large, and is it engulfing candle?
A large candle.
Large candle. I have it written down so I can be reminded. For the demand zone, it's going to be one a large candle, a green large candle going down.
Okay,
so,
demand zone, green large candle going what direction?
From the bottom. Green large candle coming from the bottom.
Right. So that's
for the demand zone.
Correct.
Yeah. And I would consider this one a large candle. Let me zoom in a little bit. I don't know if I would really consider that a large candle, but I know this one is, but it's not really at the bottom.
Well, I mean,
say I would start right here for the my demand zone. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say if you look left a little bit, I mean, I'm not saying that's not a demand zone.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if I look, Lord, Varad, what you got going on?
My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you look left a little bit, keep going left. Right. I mean, right in there, you know.
Okay.
I mean, even to the left a little bit more.
Yeah, that's where I was, but this is 16, so I wasn't sure. You still want me to put it?
That's right. That's 16. Well, you can still you can put a line down there just so we're aware that that's still kind of like where it bottomed out at, because price could still go down there. Right.
Correct.
You want to at least be aware. That's all. At least be aware that that's not the bottom of the chart where we are right now. So, okay. So if you come back right, then okay, yeah, the large candle that we got right there, that's still a large candle, right? Measure that candle. How many pips is that candle?
Now, how do I measure? I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that.
Go down right there. Click on the arrow, yep, and go down to where it says price range.
Price range. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit on it. So I just hit it at the top and then go down.
Or other way, the large candle.
I'm sorry. All right. Price range. I want to say it's right there. About 146 pips.
That's a large candle. Anything 50, a candle 50 to 100 pips, that's a large candle. All right.
Okay.
So I mean, even that, what's the measurement of that one before that you were getting ready to measure? That engulfing one. How many pips is that?
Let me see. I want to say it's about 73.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, you could use that as well, right? Because that's an engulfing as it is.
Right. Okay. So I mean, it's more at the bottom. So I was going to use that one, even though it's not as large as the other one.
Okay.
So next, I would just want to box it out like Chinese food or takeout. How did I get to that again? I forgot. I got it. Rectangle. All right. So usually I like to make this red. Red because it's going to be. Green because it's going to be my demand zone. And what I remember you mentioning one thing on the first video that said always look to the candle that's next to it
Correct.
to pretty much stop at the top of that one.
Yeah, the body. The
The
top
body of it. Yeah, not the wick. Okay. All right, so that'll be my demand zone, and my supply zone, I gotta find where that came from again. That's a large candle will be right here. So I want to get the rectangle, turn it to red. And if it's the candle next to it is red, I'm still in the clear as far as like sizing it up to the body.
Well, in that case, I mean, I probably would come to the next big candle, like that really big candle that dropped down.
Right there. Okay.
It was consolidated. Remember, the key is you look at, that red candle was consolidation, but you got some other consolidation right there. So for me, right, I mean, I'm saying I like that big red one coming down right there. Yeah, I like that.
I got you.
But the other one is still probably more than 50 pips. So,
All right, I got you. All right, so yeah, usually I would go for the biggest one too, but I'm like I said, I'm not the best on the spot, so I'm gonna go with that one. And I just line it up with the hold on. This one right here. And would I size it up with this body one next to me, or should I just keep it kind of shorter than that?
Well, it's about what's happened already, not what's happening after the candle. So,
right, so
I would probably grab the top of that one before the candle.
Okay.
Down to like right underneath the consolidation. You see kind of where it kind of levels off, like at a support resistance line.
Yeah.
Kind of
right here.
Kind of up some. Well, I mean that might be okay too, but remember we're taking a candle that is already kind of below, because we already saw some stuff dropping off, right? It started dropping off, so our candle will kind of come up a little bit and just test it and see. I mean, it depends. So if you were to look at that right there and look left, and then keep the bottom of that zone underneath where consolidation is, then we'll need to see how that looks and where current price is. So let's see what that looks like.
All right, okay, I got you. So right there is good, and
I will bring the bottom up though.
Right there.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
And then I'll probably still bring that top up some a little bit.
To that wick.
Yeah.
Or would you do it into? I usually do it into like the line right here where I put the top of the market at.
Okay, that's fine.
Sometimes, and then I'll just expand it.
Okay, now go to the right and let's see what that looks like. You gotta expand it some more.
All right. It doesn't seem to be.
You gotta expand it some more for one.
You
gotta expand the red line, the red zone.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So come back to the left, right? So now we can see that price hasn't really been hitting there. So we have another supply somewhere, don't we?
Yes. And that, I would say, let me get a line to put it there. Yeah, I would say that's like around here.
Okay. So now you got to go back to the left and find a large candle coming down again from around in there.
right here.
There you go.
And that is, so you can have 2 demand zones, 2 supply zones, like just in. All right, okay. Rectangle. All right. Yes, it's coming up there a little bit. And then next you want to look for your support and resistance line within the support and demand zone. And 2 touches is usually what I look for. So I'm gonna go between here. I would put one. Hold on. So I'll put one right there. And right here. And probably put one here, right there. And then I think that's it's good as far as support and resistance. Would you add more or?
Not for that zone, I wouldn't.
But as far as right here, as far as the other zone, my bad, I picked that up on the last one.
Okay, now what's next?
You got to put the trend line.
Okay.
Which you go to the right.
Wait. Now,
No, I'm not trying to put. I'm sorry.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I was just trying to put it up too early. Try to find the trend first. Let me zoom out. I don't know why I keep coming up. I see a trend here from the bottom of here to right there.
All right, you can't go backwards in time, honey.
Okay, good. All right, you're right. I'm sorry. Right there will be a trend line.
Okay.
It's going up, and that's really the only trend that's going on right now. As well, I can't go back. So,
I mean, even if you drew a line, you don't draw it from there. You would draw from the top. If you were going to draw a trend line on that downward trend, you would start at the top of the supply zone and go down. You can't start down and go left.
Okay, I got you.
If you start at the bottom, the trend has to be going to the current price. The trend is always going to the left. I mean, it's always going to the right.
To the right. All right.
So if you're gonna draw a trend line right, then you got to start up there and you got to go down, correct, like that.
Okay. All right, I got you. All right, see, I'm still in the learning curve for real. But that's how I would
mark it up.
Mark it up as far as this pair goes.
All right. All right. Sounds good.
Now, how do I?
That's it. You good? Step one done.
That's what I'm saying. Stop share, right?
Stop share. Here you go. All
right.
All right. Next person. All right, Mike. Good to see you. Now, Mike, we can't hear you.
What about now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Tracy.
You got it.
Thank you for your help and everything. What I've realized is that I have a hard time being able to view the candles when I'm trying to draw up my charts. Just adjusting the screen. It's a minor challenge, but that seems to be a challenge for me. So sometimes I can't see the candles and where they're forming. I have to scroll all the way back, and then I'm scrolling back too far, like maybe a year or two.
What do you mean you can't see the candles?
Right. So from what I see here.
Well, man, Mike, help me understand what you just said. What do you mean you can't see the candles?
Well, see how you can see my screen, right? See here, yes. They're pretty decent, but sometimes they go like this.
Right, because you're zooming out. So zoom in.
Okay. So go back here, hit this. Go ahead. No, I'll take it from here.
Okay, so go down to the bottom where you saw the little reflex. Go down there.
Right.
Okay. And you see where the plus sign is?
Right.
Click on the plus sign. Zoom in. Like maybe like that or something.
Like that? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just if that's an issue. But you've also got to go to the daily chart. You're on a 30-minute chart.
There we go. Good. Okay. So for what I see, here would be here would be my first resistance line. And I'm good friends with Will. And I was asking questions about whether I should draw the line on the body of the candle or on the wick. Everybody has a different preference towards it, but then so I'll put it in between. Is that okay?
Well, you can't make up your own like in between. It's like, okay, well, some people say on the top, I'm gonna go in the half. Well, it's two. You gotta understand what's going on first. The top of the body of the candle is where price actually closed at, right? That's where price actually was. It's like if you go to the line chart, it will show you exactly where price was, where price closed at. But the wick is showing you where price actually extended itself to. Okay, so if your question is what's the high of the day? Right? What was the highest price of the day? It's going to be at the top of the wick.
Okay.
Right? But if we're looking to identify really where price is closing at, like it might have went all the way up there, but it didn't stay up there. We want to know more where price is consistently going, then we're looking at the body.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right, so fine. So then from that standpoint, you just need to know mentally that's not the highest point, right? That's just kind of like where your resistance line might be. Okay. Right. Okay. Long as you it's the thing is in your mind, guys, it's like you got to do visually what works for you in your mind, right? As long as you know that's not the top, the very top, then fine. But if you get going and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that wick was up there. Well, then you might need to draw where the wicks are to remind you that the wicks are there, right? So that's fine.
Okay, so now that I have my resistance line at the top, I'll take the, I'm going to draw the support zone, which I want to make that red. Hold on a second. Well, it'd be green for right now. Then I'll change the color. So come on here, let's go. So I'm going to take my supply zone.
Well, hold on. Let's do this in order. I like things in order, okay? Because it begins to create a routine, all right? So let's take that off for a second. Okay? Because if we're going to identify the high, the next logical thing to do is to do what?
The low.
Correct.
Okay. So, now I will take the low here.
Okay, that would probably be the lowest point, right? But if we're talking about, 2018, right? I would draw a line there because it's definitely true what you're saying, right?
Okay.
But we've got to look at where price currently is in relation to the high and the low. So then where would you draw the low?
So I would draw the low. You need to connect. I will draw it.
I'm gonna have to mute you. Okay.
These two. I will put the low here.
Okay.
So now go back up to the supply zone and draw the zone.
Okay.
Right.
Well, you're gonna first identify what?
Oh, the large engulfing candle at the supply zone.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. Why are you choosing that candle?
Because it's going up, and this is the buy. This is the buy. This is the largest buy candle before it went into a sell with red candle.
So what is the definition of an engulfing candle?
So long as the body of the previous candle can fit into the candle in front of it.
Okay. So is that candle an engulfing candle?
Yep.
Which candle are you showing? Which are you talking about?
The green candle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the candle in front of that candle was which one?
The red one.
Is that in front of it or behind it? Which candle came first?
The green candle.
Correct. So then that's the candle that happened before. That's the candle in front, right?
Right. Okay.
So that's not an engulfing candle, is it?
No.
Okay. So that's the first thing. That's not an engulfing candle. The second thing is, should you be looking for red candles or green candles at the top?
At the top, I should be looking for red candle.
Right. And you just gave me the whole description of what color candle?
Green.
Correct.
Okay.
So we shouldn't be looking at that candle at all.
At all. Okay. So then I should go with this one here.
Okay. Start at the top of the chart.
Right.
Look for the large red candles coming down from the top, not the middle. There you go.
Okay.
Now, do you see how that's an engulfing candle?
Yes.
Why is it an engulfing candle, Mike?
Because the green candle will fit into the red candle.
There you go. Okay. So if you were going to draw a zone, what would that zone look like?
Right here. Okay. Right.
Now, what defines our zone when we got an engulfing candle?
What defines zone?
How do we know how high or how low to make the zone?
Up from to the wick,
Well,
from wick to wick.
no, from the body of the previous candle of the engulfing candle.
Okay. The body of the okay. So we'll go here. Here.
Okay, so that's the bottom. Where's the top?
Here.
What's the definition of the zone?
From the body of the previous, the candle before the engulfing candle, the end of the candle before the engulfing candle.
Correct. So the top of the zone needs to be where?
Oh, top of the body.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
There you go, Mike. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Took me 2 days for this. After Will told me 10 times. Okay.
Good job, Will.
So, all right. Let's let me grab that from it. So now I'm going to do the bottom.
Okay. So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the largest green engulfing candle now, because this is where the trend is going upwards.
Okay.
And looks like right here.
Right where? Is that the lowest point on your chart, Mike?
No. Here we go. Hold on. Get out of here. Here.
There you go.
And we're gonna move from the low. We're gonna move from the body of the highest engulfing candle to the candle before for the zone.
Okay.
Right there. So I will go here. About here. How's that?
Okay, so the top of that zone should be where?
The top of the zone is the top of the zone should be at the end of the previous candle before the engulfing candle.
Okay, is it there?
Erase it.
There you go, Mike.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. And then, and now the trend line.
Okay.
So I'm trying to move it out here. So this trend line. So I see I'm going to do the Ray wheel. I use the trend line, and Ray yells at me for using the trend line, so I'm going to use the Ray. And this is why I don't like the Ray, because it doesn't. So I would grab the trend line going down from this point, but it's the last red engulfing candle is nearly equaling that the one that I'm selecting. So I'm gonna move it to this one. Select this trend going down. To and through, right? And this is what I have a hard time because my trend lines are crossing.
Okay, so that means something's wrong, right?
So I'm gonna start it from this point. Then I'm starting from here. This is a
Okay, for me, you've got to move your chart over to, I can't see where current price is. There, okay, thank you. So now draw the trend line.
okay.
What you doing, Marcy? Is that you?
Come on.
Okay, so that's pretty decent, right? I mean, you can do a little tidying up, but that's the gist of it, right?
That's my problem, tidying it up. I can't get the points to fully touch like you guys touch. You guys charts look like a critique box. Mine is always either in between the wick, slightly above it, or before.
Okay, don't get caught up in all of that. Okay, I mean it's important, but is this a pretty accurate trend line? Is the point?
Yes.
Okay, Mike, it don't have to be perfect.
Okay.
Stop trying to be a perfectionist. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be where it makes sense. All right. Now, if you want to spend some time and kind of make it touch exactly, that's fine. But if you find that you've taken now 15, 20 minutes to try to get that little line to touch that's just doing too much. Like, we're not making no money doing that. Okay.
Right.
It will take 15, 20 minutes doing that.
Okay.
Well, I know this already. That's why I'm trying to see where I'm going wrong with it.
That's right. Well, where you're going wrong is that you're trying to be perfect. Okay. And we don't need to be perfect. We just, you need to understand that that's the trend, that it needs to make sense. Okay. You need to see that. All right. So fine. You've got the issue. You've got the thing going on there, right? So what kind of trend is this at this point?
A downtrend.
It's a downtrend, but what's really starting to happen? If you look at it, what's really starting to happen right now?
It's in the selling. It's in the downtrend, about to reverse and go back up according to our demand zone.
Right. Well, it probably is about to do that, but really what's happening is it's starting to consolidate more, isn't it?
Yes,
going sideways. All right.
And consolidation determines the market after a bit of consolidation, or it pulls back, as we say, right?
Right. Well, we know with consolidation, something's getting ready to happen.
Right.
Right. Either it's getting ready to pop off to the top or pop off to the bottom. Right.
Right.
Okay. So good. You got the trend line. All right. So now what's next?
You join the buy trend line.
The what now?
I'm sorry. The draw another trend line on the upper trend.
No, we don't need it. We don't need that. It doesn't matter at this point.
No.
Because we don't care about what happened in November of 2017. The trend. All we care about is what the trend is right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless you just want to draw it just to see it, that's fine. No. But really, we're looking at, we need the past to help us identify certain things, but the current trend is going down, right?
Okay. More support and resistant lines?
There you go, sir.
All right. There's a number. Okay, so I will put one here. So, I will put one. Let me see. Tracy, is it just two, or this is where we want the market to touch at least 3 times or more when drawing the support line, or just twice?
You want the market to touch at least 2 times to draw the line, but if it's a hard time for you to see it, go to your line chart.
Okay. Well, that's one. Oh, that's 10 times easier. Okay. That's two. Oh, that just changed the whole game right there.
Well, there you go, Mike, right? We're trying to help make your life easier, not harder.
Okay. And there's another one. Okay. Okay. Yep. Two. Uh, oh. No, it's not touching there. Okay. And then I'll do one more right here. These two.
All right.
I would stop there.
Okay. Good. How you feel about that, Mike?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm looking at it.
Willie, how you feel about it?
I'm sorry, I was eating.
That's okay. How you feel about Mike's chart right here?
He's gonna say my lines are horrible, they're not touching, and I need to draw better than that because I'm from New York.
It's better than the one that you critiqued the first time, Tracy.
Okay. Good. All right. So go back to your candles, Mike. Okay. There you go.
Now it looks better now. It looks like the market is consolidating within the zones that I drew.
There you go.
Somewhat.
There you go. Right?
Yes.
Okay. No stress, right? No pressure. You got it. It's under control.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you.
Good job, Mike.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. You stop sharing. Next person.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, sir.
Do you see his lines on the body? It's going through candles.
What's that again?
If you look at the first line, you see that support line is only really touching one candle. All the rest of them is through bodies or through something else. I mean, through the body, not at the top of the body.
Well, he do it from his line chart. Go back to your line chart, Mike.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. All right, I got you.
What line you talking?
Just go back to your line chart for a second.
Okay.
Okay, now Willie, tell me.
Which line you talking about? This one?
Okay, I'm good. That's all.
You good?
Yeah, I forgot he did it on the line chart. All right.
Okay.
So what if I use the same technique to draw my resistant lines and it's slightly off? Will that affect? I guess it's all about what I see. I know it's all about what I see, but would that throw my entry off?
If you did what now?
If the lines aren't perfectly, you said it doesn't have to be perfect, but wouldn't that throw the entry off, or is it okay so long as it's off just a one or two or a few pips?
Well, on the line chart, when we're drawing support resistance, we do want it to touch where it's touching. We want it to touch.
Okay. So see, like I see it touching here. Like, see my mouse here, I see it touching here.
Okay, and all you need is two. All you need is at least 2 touches. So if it's touching those 2 times, we're done.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. All right.
Will, what were you talking about? I know you got something to say. What you talking about?
Will good. Will is good over there. Okay, he eating. Let Will eat. Mike, you good. Don't be looking for problems. We said you straight.
You gonna yell at me when we get off.
All right, stop sharing, Mike. And good job.
Thank you.
You got it.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Who's next? We need Cassandra. We need, look, oh, there we go. Look at that. It's that Delta love. I felt it. I felt the energy coming.
You beat me to it. I was trying.
And oop. Okay. So I wanted to go back and do the one that I did because I was like, I couldn't find the topics or the items that we found or that we were talking about in class. So I was like, okay, wait, let me do this again live. So just like you said in a moment. All right. So you were saying we need 2 touches. So you can see my chart, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if I'm going to go, first off, am I zoomed out enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to
go. So quiet.
And this seems like a pretty big candle from the top there.
Okay, so are we looking for big candles or are we looking for the top of the market?
Oh, the first thing is the top of the market. So I need to include the wick, right?
You can. The same thing that I just shared with Mike.
Okay. So then I've heard 2 theories on this, like whether price is relevant or not and how far you go back. So I see this here, but then my eye is caught by this price is lower here. So what do you do?
Well, that every time you see a big candle coming from there, it's a demand zone. Every time. It's not like this is a demand zone. It's not a demand zone. It is a demand zone. So the question then becomes though, how does that demand zone right now affect you in price?
Well, I mean, it's the closest and most relevant to price.
Which one is?
This one.
That's the closest to price? Where's price at?
Right here.
So which one is the closest to price?
This one.
No, ma'am. That's not the closest one to price.
The lowest closest. What I'm saying, the lowest.
Well, yeah, but there's a demand zone that's closer to price.
Here.
Well, right in there. Right? I mean, that zone is still the zone. But that is what we're looking for is the large candle that is the most relevant to us. Is that still a demand zone down there? Absolutely it is. Right? Mm-hmm. So you could box that up still. Right? And it's just as price starts to move down, at some point we would probably expect it to get to that demand zone. But as of right now today, that's not the closest demand zone.
Okay.
All right. So there you go.
All right. So this is the zone that I had on the chart, but then I was like, okay, do I go further? How far out do I go? Okay. So perfect. All right. So I have these 2 areas.
Now here's other things you have to remember though. Just certain pair, like the New Zealand dollar, it consolidates a lot. Okay. Right. You have to know that. So you can see pretty much from November all the way till now, it's been in that same zone. Mm-hmm. Do you see that? Like we haven't gone outside the zone that it's in right now.
Right.
Okay. So that's just kind of what it's doing. Right. All right. So keep going.
All right. So now I need to look for the large candles coming from the top and the bottom. Right.
Okay.
So if I'm going from the large candles from the top, I would mark this one.
Well, that's not really a big, long candle coming down from the top because the candle right before it is bigger than that.
And that was my issue. So when I did my markup, I looked at that one and I said, okay, that's not an engulfing candle. So I went lower to find an engulfing candle. Like I can't find it on this one now. So that would not be my my supply zone. So then does it have to be an engulfing in order for it to be the supply zone? Do you have to have the engulfing candle in order for it to be supply?
It doesn't have to be engulfing, but it needs to be a large candle dropping down from the top. That's not either. I mean, it is a large candle, but the candle before it is still bigger. So find a large candle dropping from the top. Okay, so if you don't see one at that top, then come down some.
Here. I thought that was the same size, but
you could, but it's dropping. See, the thing is, it's dropping out of a zone. Do you see how that whole little area is consolidated?
Dropping out of a zone. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like that whole area to the left of the candle is like consolidation.
Right.
Right. And so you're looking for a large candle that's dropping out of what was previously consolidation.
Okay. Then that makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then that would be here. So I was looking for previously the engulfing candle to look at the previous candle to draw the zone. So because I didn't see that here, where I was lost at where to actually draw the zone. Like, would you draw it based on just this candle or?
Well, I personally wouldn't use that candle. I would just look for closer to where price. I see engulfing candle. I see a green candle and I see a doji at the top. And then I see another red candle. That's, to me, that's a little bit more indicative of the supply zone. And it's still going to encompass that part probably right over there anyway. But so if you go back to the right some, I mean,
this way?
Yeah, to the right. Mm-hmm. Or I'm sorry, go back to the left. Sorry, to the left. To the left. Okay, yeah. To the right. 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 Okay, right there. What's that candle?
This one.
Yeah, what's that candle?
This, so here, this is my question. I see that the candle in and of itself is bigger than the previous candle. But does engulfing mean that the price also engulfs the candle, or is it just about size? You understand what I'm saying? See, the price here, it went higher than where this candle is. So
we're not looking at that. What we're looking at is where the banks start selling off a lot.
Okay.
So that might be the highest point. That's fine. But did the bank start selling off a lot at that point? Well, the one way that we determine that is through engulfing candles.
Okay.
So it's a context. It's not always exact, right?
Okay.
So when you're dealing with choppy pairs like this, then you have to it's like if you're driving, you have to be looking in your rear view mirror and the side mirrors at the same time. It's not just the rear view mirror. Right. Okay. So it's not just that, but if I look to the right, I can see that that's a zone right there. I can see that price has come back up to that part and didn't go any higher. Do you see that?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You see that over there? All the way over there, all the way right there, up, over, right. Okay. To the left, a little slower, left, right in there, up. You see how price went up, go up. To the left, right there. You see how price right there is right around the same place as where that engulfing candle is to the left?
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for context clues. So if I'm looking at a candle, it doesn't make any sense. But if I'm looking at an engulfing candle and I draw a zone, I'm looking at that and say, okay, is that a zone that it's hitting? That is a zone that it's hitting. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would feel comfortable drawing that as part of my zone.
Okay. So you would take this to draw your zone.
Correct.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Like that?
Yeah. You know?
All right.
I mean, now if you look at where price is right now, it's like it's struggling is struggling in there.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, now if you wanted to pull that up a little bit just to cover those wicks that's over there to where current price is, I mean, just so that you're not missing, you know, that when you start measuring stuff, you're like, okay, I want to make sure I account for these wicks. You could do that too. But well, you need to pull it down. I mean, you need to drag it down. You can't, not the whole thing, just the bottom. The bottom needs to be brought down to where.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Well, double click on that. Okay, and take that take that last 3 out of that 4-digit 1333. Take that last 3 out. Okay, now you can see the little. Now hit OK. Now you can see the little circles that you can adjust the actual width of the box. But you're gonna need to pull the box over some.
You mean over here?
I mean, you can do that too. Yeah, that's fine. But all I'm trying to do is make sure that, you know, you might want to capture those wicks that's up there onto the right. Yeah, you might want to capture those wicks. So that might be the top, right? Which is good because that's the top of the engulfing candle anyway. And I'm just saying, you got to raise that bottom part up using that circle to the bottom of that candle before the engulfing candle.
Like this?
Yeah, like that. And so now I was saying the top of that bar, even though price is kind of wicking up through that bar, you might want to take the top line of that bar and raise it up some, just so you encompass that. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I got you.
Okay.
So then here, okay, I can't see that at all. So question, for this zone that we're drawing at the bottom, this is the body that we would grab?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometimes my cursor and things won't change to the color green. I don't know, green or kidding. All right. So then when I get to the point when I draw the multiple support and resistance lines, I get completely and totally confused.
Okay, go to your line chart. Okay.
So I know I'm looking for area with where I can find multiple touches, right?
Correct. Okay.
At what point do you stop drawing these lines?
Where you feel comfortable, where you feel like you stop seeing those major touches. I mean, guys, you got to keep in mind, you're looking for price as price is moving through areas, right? It's moving through areas. So if price is in the middle and then it drops down to the bottom, then does price hang out in the bottom? And if it pops back up to the top, like where is it going and where is it hanging out, right? So yeah, there you go. Cassandra, like y'all be overthinking this stuff. Like, where do I stop drawing the line? Girl, where you don't see the price moving no more in the zone.
I will have 15 more lines in there and then be like, yeah, all right, now I'm confused. Okay, so I feel comfortable stopping there.
Okay. I mean, I probably would put one more in there. Let me see if you see what I see.
Here, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Was that it?
Yep.
Okay.
There. Okay. All right. So what's next?
So if I were going to like,
girl, how you asking questions with questions? Answer questions. What's next, Cassandra?
it's next part. All right. So what would be next is I need to draw the trend line. I need to get the ray, right?
Correct.
So I'm confused because I don't think I should draw it from the top. I don't know why I feel like I should draw it from the bottom.
Because that's what makes the most sense. That's why.
I hope
your spirit will not lie to you, right? If you listen to it. Nobody said draw from the top.
All right. Okay. So from here, I don't know what the 1-2 thing situation is. So, I mean,
1-2 situation is in order to draw a trend line, you need it to touch 2 candles before it's confirmed as a trend line, and then just go it straight through. So once it touches 2 candles, go straight through. When you're using the ray, you want to bring it back out, and then you want to go to it touches something first.
Okay.
The first time it touches something.
So that would be 1.
There you go.
That's technically 2, right? The green and the red.
There you go.
So, let go. Okay. So ultimately what I'm looking for at this point is for it to come out of here, break, close below, but then I also wanted to go back up and retest before I get in, right?
What now?
What I wanted to do is to come out.
Well, you don't want it to do anything. Like you just want to be waiting for it whenever it does what it's going to do. We don't have any we have expectations of it, but it's not what we want it to do. We don't know what it's going to do, right? But ultimately, based on our rule of session number 2, you can then make an assessment of whether you believe it should probably continue to go up after this consolidation or whether you believe it's going to go down. But we're not getting to that right this second, because right now I just want everybody to draw the charts.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you got the chart drawn up. We'll come back and we'll talk about that, because right now this is just session 1 recap. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, perfect. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Who's next? I guess, okay, so it's either going to be Lakina or or Shy.
Volunteer or be voluntold.
There you go, Lakina.
All right, let's do this. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. All right, first thing you do is pick pair. All right, I picked my pair.
Okay.
All right.
Take all that stuff off that chart, Lakina, please.
You don't like that on there?
Wow.
You said no. Now I don't know how to get it off there.
Well, right click or double right click. I don't know what kind of computer you have on the mouse. On Mac is different, but whatever you need to do to make those options come up.
All right, hold on. Get us off the way.
Or double click right. I don't know what the function is. Okay. I don't think that's it.
No, that's not it.
Are you on a PC?
No.
Okay, so I think it's right click. But you got to come down and get out of that. You got to come into the chart.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. It's not doing it.
Who has a PC? What's the function on the mouse to open up that window where you can remove the drawing on the chart?
I just right click when I tried it.
Click.
I am right clicking.
No, it's the left, I think. I'm pretty sure it's left.
What drawer?
Right mouse. click.
The lines, the back, the grid.
We want her to just right click so that you can get all that crap off.
Gotta go to properties.
I am trying.
You can take off the fractals up to the top left with the X button. So you can take off the fractals.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I forgot. It's on the. I remember now.
Right below you. Bring your arrow down.
Yeah, it's right there. All right, they're gone.
Now, if you want to take off the grid, you gotta go to your property.
Okay.
Do you need the
I
grid?
didn't know that was. No, I don't like that. It kind of.
Right. Then you gotta right click. Where's your option tool? You need a little option wheel. There you go by auto. If you look in the right corner, all the way down the bottom on your right corner, you got auto.
Hold on, I got to get us out that way.
That's that wheel right there. That's your option wheel. You can bring that up. That'll bring up property.
Hold on.
King, what you doing?
I have no clue.
Click the wheel. Click the wheel.
No, I had to move I had to move us out the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what was happening.
Okay.
All right, now what am I doing?
You don't have properties? Go to scale properties. Go to background. Get rid of that vertical grid and the horizontal. Make it the same color as black.
All right.
Hit OK. Hit OK.
Are you serious?
If you don't hit OK, it's not going to do nothing.
Oh my goodness. All right. We weren't supposed to have computer one-on-one. All right, we got it.
Okay.
All right, that took a little longer than it was supposed to.
Lord, help us. Help us.
I'm
Okay.
telling you.
All right.
Let's do this. All right. I'm going to say this is the lowest point.
Okay.
All right. And this will be the highest.
Okay.
Really?
So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go over to where price is and drag price to be a little bit closer. Okay, well, that's fine. Now you can just move it up, but you can't move it up where those numbers are. You're going to have to put your mouse over to the right, all the way to the right, and then you can move it up because, yeah, it's going to be hard to move it where those numbers and stuff are.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I think it's there.
Okay.
All right. That took forever. Okay. I think this one right here is the largest engulfing candle right here, or the lowest.
Well, it's not really engulfing, but
Okay.
it is coming out of a little zone. So, okay.
Okay, this worked better when no one was listening or watching. Is it even there? Oh, yes, it is there. Really? I think I got it. Now I got to move it down. All right. Is that right?
Yeah, it'll do. It's good.
All right. And this is where I kind of get stuck at is the top one. I don't know why.
What do you get stuck about?
Well, okay, I think it's this one right here
Why do you think it's that one?
because it's bigger than the previous one.
What does that mean? That it's what?
It's engulfing.
Right. So why are you stuck about that, Lakina?
Okay, I'm overthinking.
That's right. Come on, guys. Like we've been saying this, it's the same thing. These aren't trick questions. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Y'all know what y'all see. Don't second guess yourself.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me do it again.
So Lakina, why don't you move that bar out, move that menu out of your way? Why don't you slide that over? You're gonna have to double click on that and you're gonna have to take off one of those numbers. So you need those 4 lines. Take off that 0 or something. Okay, you need those dots so you can draw the width of the box first. Then you extend it.
Right. All right, there you go.
All right. Now what? Now I'm just gonna say this. What I prefer, let me say this. What I prefer, okay, and Tino, give me your feedback on this too. What I prefer is engulfing candles. Okay,
Right.
I prefer engulfing candles. Why? Because engulfing candles mean what I said they mean, that the banks are pushing the price. Okay, the engulfing candle may not be all the way the tip top bottom of the chart or the tip top of the chart, but it still means what it means. Okay, so I would prefer that in this case that you use this engulfing green candle. Why? Because you still have an area below the engulfing candle, which would be the lowest point. So you know to keep an eye on it, but you're looking for where price comes down and reverses, right? And that's what engulfing kind of indicates, is that it comes down and reverses. If it comes down below that and reverses a little bit, it doesn't mean that that's a problem. It just means that that's not where the banks are buying more, right? They don't start buying until it got to right there. So I really would prefer you guys focus on the engulfing. It doesn't have to be engulfing, because it could be a really, really, really long candle. It may not be engulfing, but I'm telling you, if you at least train your eye to look for the engulfing, that's a little bit more of a confirmation of a bank sell-off, a bank download, or a bank upload. Okay.
Agreed.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll even go to a different time frame in which you'll see more of an engulfing, depending on the setup. Sometimes I have to go to the weekly, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's an engulfing candle right there. But when you go to the daily, it looks all ugly because you got a bunch of candles stacked beside each other. So back to what you were saying, Tracy, you got to go with what makes sense to you. And so, yeah, for this one right here, I would move it up to the next, the one higher up. But for the sake of the exercise, be all right. This is ECAD. Let me check something out. Oh, you can continue.
Yeah, keep going, Ken. But just move it up. I feel better if it's moved up, because I want you to start looking for engulfings when you can find them. It's just better. It doesn't mean that it's wrong if it's not. It just means it's better if it is, if that makes sense. That one's fine. The supply zone is fine. I'm talking about the demand zone.
Oh, this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
So it should go up.
Mm-hmm. Do you see where we're saying go up to and why we're saying go up?
Yeah, because this one right, well, hold on. It's
Not
doing
that-
this one.
No, all the way to the right. To the right.
This one right here.
To the right. Come all the way.
My right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All the way to the right. This way.
To current price. Come to the right. Keep coming.
Oh.
That's an
right here.
Okay, yeah. Not right there. Move over. Move over. Move
right
over.
Here.
Yeah, I need y'all to you start with where price currently is and go back, right? You don't automatically just go back 2 years. You start where price is and kind of go back and strategically find the engulfing candle. So when I'm looking at this, the way this thing is sitting, I'm looking at every time it's right in that area, it really bounces off of it. I mean, did it dip below that one little time? Yeah, but every other time, price reversed and went up, price reversed and went up, price reversed and went up. You got to look for the consistency of an area to validate it, not just, oh, I'm going to draw this line here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a really small zone, but.
Right.
Okay, so what's next? Does everybody see what I'm talking about first off? Well, I kind of made her move it. Oh, how about this? Does anybody not see why we moved it? Okay, go for it, Lakina. Keep going.
On mark the trend line.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, and this, I mean, this is, so what we've got now is we got a scenario where price is kind of consolidating, right? And so, I mean, the rule of thumb is you take the ray and whatever the first point is that you hit, that's what it is.
Right.
Is that the first point that you hit?
It looks like it.
It is? So take the ray all the way back out. Well, I didn't mean out the chart. I just meant like.
I know. I just, yeah, totally. It did. It went. All right. Yeah, it went. All right.
Okay, now that's all the way out. So, okay. So where does it first touch something at?
Right there. Oh my, right there.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Now what's next?
Support and resistance.
That's it?
You want more?
Do I want more?
Let's do more. Okay.
Okay. How you feel about that? Does it look like price is moving in those zones to you?
Well, there's some consolidation going on, but yeah, it's making sense to me.
Okay. Good. There we go. All right. Good job. All right. Is that everybody? No, Shy. All right. Let's roll.
I don't know how to share my screen.
Okay. So at the bottom, you should see, if you hover your mouse at the bottom, it should say share screen.
No, I don't see it.
Are you looking at the Zoom window with all of us?
I'm doing it on, I just pulled Zoom up on my laptop and it just said at the bottom, invite participants, chat, and quality.
Well, I don't know.
I saw share when I had it on my app, on my tablet, but I don't know how to draw on my tablet.
Right. And I don't know how to tell you to get share screen because I don't know. It should just automatically be there normally. So I'm not that skilled on it. Tina, do you know anything about that? It's on her laptop, so I don't know. It should be on
a laptop?
Yeah, it's not downloaded on my computer. I just went on to the Zoom website.
Wait, what now?
I don't have the Zoom downloaded on my laptop. I went on to the website and got in on the meeting that way. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. You need to have the software. You can't access the software if you don't have it. So you're gonna have to, if you want us to be able to see and kind of help you critique your stuff, you're gonna have to download it on your computer. You can join.
I was trying to download it, but it wasn't doing it. It wasn't downloading for some reason.
Okay. Well, I think you're gonna have to kind of take your screenshots and share them in the group for us as best you can until you can kind of troubleshoot that part.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out since y'all been on there doing it. I switched from my tablet to the computer thinking I could do it, but I couldn't. I thought maybe when she stopped talking that I would see the share, but I don't see it.
Okay. Well, Cheryl, I don't know. I'm not the I don't know how to shoot that one for you. So maybe you gotta play with it for a little bit and take some time and see how you can get the software onto your computer. And maybe, I don't know, you might need to clean some stuff off your computer. Like, I don't know. I'm not the computer like tech person, but if you have it downloaded on there, then you would see share screen for you.
I think I'm gonna get somebody to download it for me because I'm not real good at computer savvy.
Okay. Well, cool beans. Let me answer this. Is it making sense to you though? Are you able to do this exercise?
I am able to do it, but sometimes I get confused when I'm looking for like a big candle or something.
Okay. What makes you confused looking for the big candle?
Sometimes I feel like I'm going way too far back to find a large candle. Or I see a candle and it's bigger than the one beside it, but it really don't look that big to me.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and hold on, and I'm going to let you tell me what to do. How about that?
Okay.
Hold on. Because I need to make sure you got this, is what I'm saying. Let me delete this stuff off of here. Remove all drawing tools first. Okay. And then we're going to come back. Screen. All right. So here we go. Can you see my screenshot?
I see it.
Okay. So tell me what to do.
Can you scoot it over some? Okay. Okay, so one thing that I think I learned today is I didn't realize we was doing, when I first go on the charts, I looked for a large candle leaving the top and a large candle leaving the bottom. But it looked like everybody else was like finding like the highest point and the lowest point first.
Mm-hmm.
So where I see this green and red at the top, I guess I would put my first line up there as my resistance.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I would come down to over there where price is, with that red candle and the wick at the bottom. I probably put it right there.
Okay.
Okay, so candles. Okay, so like right here where we was just at by price, I see a bullish candle, but to me it don't look that big. It's bigger than the one beside it, but
So is it engulfing?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I'm
How
overthinking.
many candles is right? It needs to be at least 50 to 100 pips. The one candle. How many pips is that candle?
Is it 116?
That's a large candle. Okay?
Oh,
100
okay,
pip candle is a large candle. All right.
Okay.
So sometimes visually, guys, if you can't tell visually, but it's still engulfing, go get your measurement tool and measure it. 50 to 100, 50 or more pips. It's a big candle. Okay. So
Okay, I got it.
you got it? Okay. So you want to use it as your demand zone.
Right. So I will box up the red one beside it. I usually do it at the body. I guess that's right, not the wick, right?
Correct. So like this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So from the top, right under if you look at the top where it says 1 day and it says FXCM up under there, it's a red and green candle.
Wait, where now? Give me a date. If you see dates down here, give me a date. What are you talking?
February.
Okay.
Right there.
There you go.
So I will box up the green one.
Okay. I don't know why y'all be acting like y'all confused about stuff. I don't really see what you're confused about.
It's always easier when somebody critiquing you. When you by yourself, you think, I think everything's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Next, I would draw a trend line.
Okay.
So the top red, the first one coming over, we use that.
You want to use this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll just get the ray and just bring it down to the first point I touch.
Okay, well, you just tell me when to stop then.
Okay. Go back. You're going too far. He was almost there. Over to the right a little bit more. Right there.
Okay.
Okay, so now
let me just say right now, when you're drawing these rays, guys, like if you're all the way, like see how this dot is right here? right? If you're drawing your ray and you're all the way up here trying to navigate the ray, it's gonna be hard. You can drag your mouse down, right, to make it kind of touch where you want it to touch. You don't have to try to make it touch like this, right? Like just drag it down. It's control, right? It's all it is control.
That's exactly what I was doing.
And you all up here, Mike, trying to bring it all around the whole chart, right?
See, it's the little things like that. That's I couldn't get that part. Okay.
Just come down. Just come down. You control that area better. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, I just figured that out today too.
Okay. Okay, good. Now what?
So next, we draw support and resistance lines.
Okay.
A lot of times I go to the line chart for that one.
Okay.
So let me see.
When we start at the top or the bottom?
That's what I'm trying to see. I can't see too far on the top. We'll start from the top. That's what I would do if I was looking at it.
Okay. So we in the supply zone. Now where you want to go?
Just keep going down.
Okay.
Right there. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. Right there.
Okay.
But I see 2 touches on both of the little mountains. Okay. So now we keep going down. Right there. That seems like so close though, but.
Don't y'all worry about close. Worry about the dang touches. Okay?
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
I'm good with that one. We keep going.
All right.
Right there. Up a little bit. Right there. And we probably gonna have 50 little lines when I finish, but you'll get the point.
Okay.
Okay. Up. I missed one. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. Right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Right here?
Up some. Right there, yeah. That one don't always hit, but it might hit on the other side. Okay, keep going. Right there. Up a little bit. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Up a little bit.
Want me to move it up a little? You want me to move it up, Shy?
No, you just keep going.
Okay. Oops, sorry, hold on.
Right there. That's fine. Okay, that's all I got.
I got it. Okay. All right. How you feel about that?
I think it's good.
Okay. There you go. All right. So at least I feel comfortable that you know the concept of what we're doing. Okay. So I'm okay with that.
Okay, so you didn't say it was good, so I'm missing something.
Huh?
I said you didn't say it was good, so what I'm missing?
No, it is good. No, I'm sorry. No, it is good. It's good. I was just saying that I know you couldn't do it on your computer. So I was saying for you to be able to walk me through it is even better, right? Because you can communicate to somebody else how to do it. You just told me how to do it, right? So
Right.
I think that's a pretty sharp skill that you have. So you understand and you've got it. And I just did what you said. And if you're happy with what it is, I think it's good.
Okay. I'm happy with it.
Okay. There you go. Fabulous. All right. Let me stop sharing for a second. Okay. So we pretty much have everybody. I know Willie's got his and Tino has his. Star, I'm not sure. Have you been studying this stuff, Star? Have you been doing this? I don't want to exclude you, but I'm not sure where you are in our process.
No, I haven't.
Okay. So when are you going to study video 1, 2, and 3?
So I was just able to get into the group tonight. I didn't know that I had to accept it. That's why I wasn't able to see it. So now that I got it, I can go ahead and start studying it tonight.
There you go. Okay. So we'll probably come back on here maybe like Wednesday, something like that.
Okie doke.
So I at least want you to have videos 1 and 2 done.
Done deal.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got it. All right. Is everybody good? This is just session 1 recap. Okay. Because if we don't nail down session 1, then now you worried about touches and all this stuff and your lines are drawn wrong. Right. And then you're not going to see touches or your touch is going to be off. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So I'm not just trying to skip all that right now. I'm just saying that. I'm just trying to say that this is the foundation. Everybody understand this is the foundation. Without this, we're just kind of willy-nilly, right? And we don't want to be willy-nilly. We kind of want to be on the money, okay? Any questions on this stuff? I think y'all really have it, really. Here's what I want you, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to look for engulfing candles, okay? Although there may be some other, I want you to look for the engulfing candles, okay? Draw your zone based on the candle that's being engulfed. In other words, the little candle. Draw your zone based on that. And when you draw it out, look to the left and right and see, are there other areas where price comes down in there and reverses, right? You guys have been in IML Academy, or you should have been. What are the 4 confirmations? What are the 4? This is kind of moving into session 2 in terms of what we're looking for, but I got to make sure that y'all understand what the 4 confirmations are. What are the 4 confirmations? Give me one confirmation. The trend line. Trend line, correct. Is price bouncing off the trend line? That's one confirmation. What's the second confirmation?
Support and resistance.
Support and resistance. Is price bouncing off of support and resistance? What's the third confirmation?
Is it retesting?
Oh, yeah.
Not quite. Price reversal area, right? Y'all got it? Price reversal area. Does price come to this point and turn around and go the other way?
Trading in a zone is what you're talking about?
Huh?
Are you talking about trading in a zone?
No, I'm talking about a price reversal area. Is this an area where price comes to, and every time it seems to come to this point, it turns around and goes the other way? That's a price reversal area. Okay, what's the 4th confirmation? I'm not gonna tell y'all this one now. I gave y'all the 3rd one. Come on, IML Academy, where y'all at? This kindergarten stuff. Where my traders at?
This is why I lose trades, because I don't do the confirmations.
How y'all gonna make money and you don't know what, you see what I'm saying? This is why people, and not you, because we're working on this, but I want y'all to understand the mindset of why people quit and what happens, right? This is information that is being taught to us, but we're not retaining it, right? We're just so busy trying to take a swipe trade. Comprende? We're just so busy trying to get in Luke group and do what Luke telling us to do and make this money. We don't know what the hell we're doing. You cannot make money oblivious. It has to be deliberate. Deliberate. What's the fourth confirmation? Somebody find the fourth confirmation.
Pullbacks.
Pullbacks. Okay.
All right, so one is trend line, two is support and resistance. Third is the pull.
Yep. It don't matter what order, but yeah.
Pullback.
Mm-hmm.
And then fourth is one more time. What's the fourth?
Price reversal area.
Price reversal area. All right.
I was screaming pullbacks and my thing was muted.
Oh. So here's the thing. You shouldn't be taking trades if your price is not at one of those areas. Really, we want to, if you can get all four, great. All four, great. That's like really high probability, but you shouldn't be taking a trade, period. If it's not at least two of those things, two or three of those things. You understand what I'm saying? Like you are taking a trade on a confirmation. If it's hitting the trend line and it's about to bounce off the trend line, and at the same time it's hitting the trend line, it's also bouncing off a support resistance line. And at the same time, that support resistance line is a price reversal area. You understand what I'm saying? And that price reversal area also happens to be a pullback because you can see them from your swing high and swing low. That's a high probability trade. You understand what I'm saying? You're not just taking trades in the middle of taking trades. It needs to fit one of those, really all of them if you can, right? So let's come back to this. I'm just gonna do this real fast and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. Okay, so now look at this where we are right now. Okay, tell me what's going on with price, and should we enter this trade? And if we should, why? And if we should not, why?
I think it's in a downtrend, but I see the bullish candle coming from the zone, but it hasn't retested yet.
Okay.
It don't look like from where I can see.
Okay. So
So
it hasn't retested.
I will wait till it hit the zone again.
Okay.
For the first touch, and then you can enter in the trade.
Okay.
If it don't touch, then that will then you shouldn't have.
Okay. If
you don't know what it's doing.
If it doesn't touch, then what might you be waiting for it to do?
Shoot back up.
Break through the trend line that we have drawn right here.
Shoot back up either to the trend line, right? Or through, right? And then that's going to depend on how many touches we're at already. How many touches are we at already with that trend line?
3.
Right. So, well, maybe like 2, really. I mean, well, it could be 3. It kind of depends. What I look for in it is if it goes up and touches and price drops back down at some point, right? So like this right here, it went up, it touched, and it dropped down. Here, it went up, it touched, it came back up and touched, but it didn't really, it was because of this touch that it kind of just dropped down. So for me, I mean, I would probably be looking at this as being like the third one. You understand what I'm saying? Did it touch it a third time? Yes, but this is only one move right here. It went up and it went down. Y'all see that? This right here went up, it came down. This one, all green candles, it went up. Then it just came down one time. That's like one touch. You understand what I'm saying?
I got it.
Okay. So it's like I'm looking for up and down movement, up and down movement. So up once, down, up once, down. So we started here. So that's like 1. That's like 2. If this is going up, I'm really looking for this to be 3. But what do we do on 3?
Sit on your hands. Do
Wait. Exactly. right? So if this thing doesn't come back down into my zone, I'm not getting it at all, right? Because I don't know what it's going to do. If I get in it right now, it could turn around and go this way, right? If I get in it right now and go south, it could turn around and go this way, right? Or I could get in it and it go up and I go to sleep and it drop back down. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you wait. You just wait until a confirmation. What's a confirmation? It's bouncing off the trend line. Or what's a confirmation? It's in a price reversal area. Or what's the confirmation? It's hitting a support resistance line, right? Or what's the confirmation? It's in a pullback, right? And that's kind of where we get to the measurement and stuff like that with session 3. But I want you guys to know these 4 confirmations. You have to know these 4 confirmations. You cannot be a trader and you don't know the 4 confirmations. You can't be a basketball player and they were like, well, what's the thing called when you bounce the ball up and down? And you like, I don't even know what that's called. You could not play in the NBA and you don't know that's called dribble the ball. You understand what I'm saying? There's no coach that would let you play on their team at that level and you don't know that's called dribbling. You gotta understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. You have to know the 4 confirmations.
So I got a question.
Yes.
Are we paying any attention to the pin bar thing? Are we looking for candles?
Are you paying attention to what?
The pin bars. I think that's what they call them.
Well, we haven't really talked about pin bars in this so much. So what do you mean? Are we looking for the pin bars?
Oh, well, never mind if we're not looking at that. I just seen on something, I think Orange thing, he talked about the pin bars or something. So
there's different candle patterns, right? There's different candle patterns. And so, I mean, I'll show you what that, just make sure so everybody understands what Shai is talking about, a pin bar. So what does he say about a pin bar? How many formations of a pin bar are there, Shai?
I don't remember. I only think it's one, as far as I know.
There's either a bullish, right?
Or
a bearish, right? So if we're in a bearish pin bar, that means we're going to have a bull candle come up, right? We're going to have a pin bar, which would be a bear candle, and then that next candle would be a bear candle. So it'd be bull, bear, bear. But that middle one is a pin bar. You see, a pin bar meaning it's got that long wick at the top. Everybody see that? Bull, bear, bear. We're just looking at these 3 candles. So you're looking at the top, that middle candle has that wick. Usually it's a smaller candle right here, right? The candle that has the pin bar on it. And then before it's a bull, then it's bear and bear, right? Now, but you've got to look at the size of the candles. That's important, right? Look at the size of the candles. So let me just make this bigger for a second. Okay. Y'all see what we're talking about? Oops, I moved that. See what we're talking about? Y'all see we're talking about these candles right here, these 3 candles right here. Y'all see that? Okay. So bull, bear, bear. And then that middle one is like the shortest one and it has a pin bar that goes to the top. Now, when you have a candle pattern like this, it's like, okay, it's not an engulfing candle, but if you were going to get in, the rule of thumb, this is just an additional thing to know. The rule of thumb is that you come down to you look at the bottom of this bear candle, right? And if you go straight across, so you need to wait until all 3 of these candles have closed, right? So this candle has closed, this candle has closed, and this candle has closed. At that point, what you could do is you can come up to the bottom of this first bull candle and you could actually put in a sell limit. You can actually put in a sell. I'm gonna move this yellow because you can't see it that good. Okay, y'all see what I'm saying? You could put in a sell limit, and if you had to put in a sell limit after this candle closed, you just put in a sell limit right here. Would that have not picked up your sell and you got pips?
Yeah.
Okay. So the pattern has to look like this, though. It has to be where this candle is almost like stair steps, kind of, right? It's like you got a bull candle, then this bear candle is smaller, but then this next bear candle has to come down and close below this bull candle. Y'all see that? And then this candle has to have a pin at the top. That's a pin bar. And that's how you can use that pattern to get into the trade. The bottom of this the bottom of this bull, you put a sell limit and it would have picked you up and you would have got pips all day long. Okay. All right. So that's that one. Now the other one would be like the bull, right? So what's the bull? The bull is reversed. This one is bull, bear, bear. The other one would be bear, bull, bull. Okay. Bear, bull, bull. So we're looking, let's say this is bear, this is bull, this is bull. But does that make any, that's not the same type of pattern, is it? In the size of the candles, it's bull, bear, bear, but is it where this middle candle was smaller? Yes. But is this bull candle longer than this bear candle? No. So it doesn't fit the criteria, right? Bear, bull, bull. Same thing here. It does not fit the criteria. Could you still have come here and done that? Yeah, you could have, but it would have dragged you all the way back this way first. Y'all see that? And went up. So that's not, you want this third candle to be longer than that first candle. Okay, let's keep going. And you're going to find them at the bottom, right? You're going to find the bear, bull, bull at the bottoms, right? At the bottoms. And you're going to find the bull, bear, bears at the tops, okay? So let's keep going. Right? And then this one's not even a long pin at all, right? This one is bear, bear, bull. So that's not it either. Oops, dang, I'm messing up the stuff. I don't know where this one was at. Maybe somewhere right in there. Okay. Okay, what about this one? Bear, bull, bull, right? Well, what do y'all think about that one? It's not that big of a pin. Right? It's not that big of a pin, but, it's not, I would want it to be a bigger pin. That's just me. I want it to be a bigger pin. Like, I like confirmation of stuff. Like, you can see it, but if it don't sit with you well, like, if you're questioning it, like, to the point where it's like, well, it could be, then just leave it alone. Right? It needs to stand out clear to you. It needs to stand out clear to you. So bull, bear, bear, that's not one either. Bull, bear, bear, that's not really one either.
Tracy saying bull, bear, bear.
I'm sorry, bear, bull, bull. Sorry.
Okay.
Bear, bull, bull, my bad. Now here's one, right? Bear, well, not really, almost. This candle is not longer than this first candle, right? So you could have got in it. It would have drew you down a little bit. It could have worked potentially, but hindsight's always 20/20. So I just like it to be what it is, right? No, that's not one. So I won't worry about it too much because we can't really find one. So you understand what I'm saying? It's like if you catch a pattern and you know what you're looking for in the pattern, you can take advantage of the pattern. This one is bear, bear, bull, so that's not it. Okay, so if you're going at the top, it's going to be bull, bear, bear. Okay, and if you're going at the bottom, it's going to be bear, bull, bull. That's pin, but we're not really talking about that. That's why I was like, so what did you want to say about it? Because those are candle patterns, which right now we're not, in this particular course of what we're trying to get people to do, we're not trying to get fancy. That's alley-oops and that's all that right now. Right now, we're just trying to understand, hey, engulfing candle, supply, demand, right? Support, resistance, trend line, and 4 confirmations. That cool?
I got it. I figured it was probably too much. But I was saying this, I was like, are we supposed to look at that? But I didn't remember you saying it, so I was just overthinking it.
There you go. You fancy, girl. You fancy. A little too fancy. All right. So everybody good with this, right? If you need to go back and watch this, you can. I'll put it up but wanted to make sure that we did this recap. And then what we'll do Wednesdays, we'll do recap on, now that you got your drawings, so you ain't got to delete your drawings anymore, but I want you to start identifying these 1, 2, 3 touches, 4 touches, right? Break and retest type stuff is what we're looking for. All right. That's how we're going to start making our trades, is from what we recognize there. All right. So you guys are good. Let me go ahead and start the recording.